Page Wednesday. It's me, Paige Yanarino, and we got
Jordan P. Anderson. What's going on? Videographer extraordinaire. What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. You are tuning in to One Page Wednesday, where myself and Jordan, what we do is we take a page that has been submitted from other Sam Cart sellers, and we give you some feedback and some critique, let you know what you are doing really well with, and then what you could change to hopefully make your sales page better.
Sweet. What's the context for today's episode? Who was our seller today, Paige?
Yep. So we have a sales page submitted from Angelica, and she is selling her ebook that is going to help you with the art of having difficult conversations. Now,
Okay.
this is a part of life, right? We're all going to be having these conversations that maybe we just don't even know how to approach, and hopefully we can learn some things from her product, and then hopefully this will help many of us with this difficult topic of having difficult conversations.
Okay. Any kind of context before we dive in, or anything about her and like how she developed this product or what she's doing now for marketing or
Yeah, so she
what we
is
got?
running some Facebook ads, which is great. And
Okay.
then I think she's having a little bit of a difficulty with her price point. So maybe we can, shed some light on that. And so, yeah, she's, ready, up and running, and she submitted her sales page, and I'm excited to learn more about her and her product.
Perfect. Before we get into this page, we got this fancy link down below.
Yeah.
For the people that, if they're new Sam Cart sellers or old Sam Cart sellers and they want to get their page reviewed, they go to that website right down there. Yes? No?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. Check out onepagewednesday.com, and you will need to not only submit your sales page, and in order to do that, you'll need to go to your product details of your product, of your sales page, and there's a blue button that says share your product. That is going to provide you with a link that you will use to share your product as a link. And then also we want to hear more about you. So let us know about your journey with us here at Sam Cart. If you've made sales, what you are looking to learn from us, and we will be happy to help you.
Sweet. All right, let's do it. Let's dive into the page.
All right, so here we are, and Angelica's page.
The art of difficult conversations. All right.
Yep. And at a first glance, this is obviously all we're going to see, but there's more to it that is, going to be below and above the fold. So just at a first glance, she needs to pull up her text so we can all see her headline and subheadline at once.
Okay, let's see. Let's dive into this. The art of difficult conversations. What stands out to you first when you first encountered this page? They're kind of above the fold. We'll talk just above the fold today.
Yeah, I mean, I like her headline as it is, and I'm assuming this is her logo, but I don't really know what else there is to it by just looking at this, right? Like I wouldn't think this was an ebook because I, briefly was scrolling down and seeing that it was, an ebook and not a course. So I think she needs to have maybe a mock-up here that is going to be next to her headline to indicate that this is a ebook.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the first thing that stands out is that art icon, the little the painter's color palette.
Yeah.
I think that leans more into trying to be clever than clear. Because when I see that, I'm like, oh, this is an art thing. This is actual art. But I think she's trying to be like punny a little bit. And like, hey, it's art project. But I don't think the art of difficult conversations is painting in colors and rainbows, perhaps.
Right.
As we go through this page, how much is this product?
I believe it's $27.
$27. Okay. All right. We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I would probably chunk this down the right way to size this down. The top image might take up too much space for how little information it conveys. Maybe that's the right way to say it. Like, as if it takes up a lot of space, it should give you a lot of information. Whereas this is like, it just tells me the title of the course, which is good. Not a lot of sellers do this. Yeah, maybe size this down just a little bit so I can quickly get into the info of the page.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
I do like the font though. I think that this is a nice font that she's using for her
Mm-hmm.
headline. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, love it.
Yep. And then down below, we've got our subheadline. This is a 5-step formula, was a complete game changer in both my career and in personal life. And now I'm sharing it with you.
Okay. I feel like that needs some work a little bit. I feel that it's a little generic. I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, yeah, when she tells me about, now I'm like raising more questions like, okay, who is she?
Mm-hmm.
What's her career? What was her personal life like?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I like the 5-step formula, right? Because that's like her
yeah.
secret sauce, her secret spices. So I like that. I think I would just simplify the headline with not maybe going into saying game changer in both my career and in personal life, right? That was kind of
Yeah, and we don't know that this is an ebook, so is adding
Mhm.
the word ebook important to this subtitle? The 5-step
Yeah,
formula. This ebook is a 5-step formula, or uh,
definitely.
somewhere injecting that. You don't have to be so literal like this is an ebook about this, but you
Right.
can, yeah, but yeah, maybe give me an idea. If not, do a book mock-up. Do some kind
Right.
of, go find a 3D book mock-up and put that up at the very top,
Hmm.
as like a cover page, and then it's implied. Then you don't even have to say ebook. You're like, oh, it's a book. I get it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So,
Okay.
does confrontation make you want to cry? Okay. Yeah. Yes.
It can for some people, right? It can.
Yeah.
So she's giving us some examples that, you need to have a difficult, talk with your boss about getting a salary raise. You lose sleep at night, knowing you have to deliver bad news. Do you experience stress or anxiety when politics or touchy subjects come up at family get togethers? I mean, these are all so relatable, right? And both
Hmm.
personal and your life at work. So I like that she's touching on, all different types of scenarios because that's life. We're all going to
Yeah.
experience these difficult topics. Um, I would even go as to maybe adding a couple more of those bullet points just to really kind of like, paint the picture as to so many different scenarios, right, that we're all going to face in life. And she's going to give you this 5-step formula that's going to get you through all these different types of scenarios.
Hmm. This is starting to remind me of a page we did a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was the dating profile or like the dating couples guide.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
but they listed a bunch of scenarios, and they were all very different scenarios that apply to very different people in very different parts of their life.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, maybe we make this more specific instead of, this is the careers guide to, this is your career guide to having difficult conversations, your
Mhm.
marriage guide to having difficult conversations, your parenting guide to having difficult conversations.
Mhm.
Maybe, I think that's what we decided on. That was like, it was too generic, so it's not really speaking to everyone. Yes, we
Right.
all have those, we all relate to those 3 bullet points, but maybe it needs to be, this is just the how to have a difficult conversation with your boss guide.
Okay.
Maybe something to keep in mind. Like, it's because it's like, maybe her Facebook ads aren't working because people are getting on the webpage and they're like, I don't know if this is for me, or like this
Mhm.
kind of applies, and then like as they kind of read more and more, they're like, this, no, I don't, or like they read one example that like, nope, I've never had anxiety around politics. Nope, this doesn't apply to me. I'm out.
Mhm. Right. Right. Okay.
Possible.
I think it's
Something to think about.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And then moving on down, we
Okay.
have, let's see, let's just see what this says. If you're reading this, you're most likely someone who has struggled with having difficult conversations, right? Or maybe you know someone who always says the right thing. They're the person you go to when you need advice, no matter how high the stakes. They just seem to know the right thing to say in any situation, and you wish you could do the same. Luckily, with this practice and the right tools, anyone can learn to have difficult conversations with more success, confidence, and peace of mind. One of the secrets of top negotiators and successful communicators is having a deep understanding of human nature. In high stress situations, they know how to bring out the best in people. And believe it or not, many of these practices align with the ancient teachings from Eastern philosophy.
Okay. Pretty solid. I mean, not a
Mhm.
wall of words,
Not a wall of words. I
not too
like it.
bad. I think the setup is nice. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep. I like it too. I honestly don't even think I would change
Yeah.
a thing.
No. Yeah. I'm
Cool.
trying to poke holes, but I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then moving on down, we have another image logo here of
Mm-hmm.
the paint. And then we're getting into Angelica portion of the sales page. Now, I keep on scrolling down.
Yep. Here we go.
We got some wall of words, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to learn about Angelica because I want to know about her past experience and her teachings and where she came from and what is driving her to have this product of the art of having difficult conversations. So sometimes I'm not sure if the best thing would be to have, a video if she wanted to present herself in that way. I think that's especially great when you're selling a course because you want to have that connection with your students,
Mm-hmm.
as an instructor and as a teacher. So with this and seeing the words, I would love to see a photo of Angelica. And then I would also want to see, this wall of words probably cut in like half.
And then cut it in half again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you're so right when it comes to video. There's especially like a personal product like this, where if she's she's not teaching like a professional skill where it's like, hey, look at my portfolio of work I can show. It's
Mhm.
like this is kind of personally coming from me, and I'm going to teach you, and I'm going to teach you through my perspective. So
Right.
like, yeah, video, you show up on camera and adds that personal touch. You get like, oh, this is how they act, this is their behavior, their mannerism. They're like,
Yep.
you can get a sense of someone's personality by how they talk on camera.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that would be, yeah, or even or at worst, some photos here, some kind of personal photos. If we're going into the, hi, I'm Angela or Angelica, like I'm a yoga teacher. Like, let's see some yoga poses or do the meditation poses. Have someone, next time you're at the studio, snap a few photos of you in poses, like to show something. Or she's in New York City, do some New York City photos. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can make it in New York City, you can make it anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm still saying the same thing about the paint icon.
Mhm.
It's throwing me off. This is making me think.
Maybe it's teaching you how to paint or something.
Yeah, or it's, yeah, it's either too generic or it's confusing. Where it's like, is this an art thing? Is this arts and
Mhm.
crafts? Is this?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would lose it.
Okay, I agree.
I'm noticing a couple font. I'm noticing like I think there's like 5 fonts on here. Just,
Uh-huh.
yeah, real quickly, Angela, if you're watching this, just go back through these and kind of, uh, I love I'm with you, Paige. The font at the very beginning, the art of difficult conversations, is
Yes.
really good.
Yeah.
Love that font.
Yep.
And then I would take everything and just make it one single font. Because
Yeah.
you notice like the headlines, one font, it's bold, and then some
Mhm.
fonts are really tiny, and then some
Yep.
are, uh, some change bold, some go to regular, not bold.
Mhm.
So just to
Mhm.
clean that up a little bit, just to add, it's very subtle, but it adds that credibility to your page. Makes you seem like a real person. Makes you seem like, okay, this is a legitimate seller. This is a professional.
Mhm. Absolutely. And then we have a little discover section here. Here's what you'll discover.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like discovery and description of the product, a deep dive on how you can learn to overcome your fears and other emotional blockers, a list of golden rules so you'll be able to, might be a little typo there, any difficult conversation with confidence, how self-reflection can be your biggest tool for success in high pressure situations, a list of watch outs and suggestions in case if things go sideways, we are all human after all, plus so much more.
Oh yeah, I'm reading through these. Yeah, what are your thoughts? What's your first impression of these? What you'll discover?
Well, I like that she's using so that. She used so that,
Mm-hmm.
in the second one, but I don't know. I'm not as I don't know. The first text that she has about, if you're reading this, you're most likely someone, I just want this to be just as powerful as that first paragraph of words about her product there. Um, like these are all really good, right? I just think that she maybe needs to be a little bit more specific, like we advised before.
Yeah, in that first section that you're talking about, she's really doing a great job of selling the problem. Kind of, she's like letting us
Mhm.
marinate in the problem a little bit, where it's like we feel it and we're
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, this is a problem. I do need to fix this.
Yep.
Yeah. So like to bring that same power to the what you'll discover, like, hey, remember, you still have all these problems. Remember, you still haven't solved all these problems, and this is how we're gonna
Mhm.
fix them. We're gonna go bullet by bullet, boom, boom, boom. Here's your solution.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Plus, I I do in copywriting the plus so much more. I think it's a
Mhm.
little bit cheating. I would probably
Mhm.
knock out that last point.
I agree. Yep, I
Hmm.
completely agree. I don't think I would include anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And on down, we have a testimonial here. I love that she has added the individual's photo because that's just going to boost your credibility even more. So that's great. And let's see what she says. Angelica always teaches in a way that is gentle enough for beginners, but challenging enough for those who have leaned into personal growth before.
Mhm.
Her varied background as a seasoned yoga teacher, producer, and performing artist come into play. She demonstrates how to communicate and advocate for yourself with poise, strength, and grace. I highly recommend investing in yourself by taking one of her courses. Okay, so I think this is a little lengthy for a testimonial.
I think so. Yep. Go on.
I like the very beginning and I like the very end of it. You can, you can paraphrase or edit these testimonials down, right? Because we're learning in her about her section, about her background, about her yoga experience and her performing artist stuff, right? We already know that. So I wouldn't include that part in the testimonial. I like the very first sentence and I like the very last sentence.
I'm with you. Yeah, with all these testimonials, folks, treat it like a headline paragraph where like you have one big main sentence and then underneath that you have all the details. So,
Mhm.
yeah, what's the 5 to 7 words that you can pull out of this quote that's the most powerful? That's going to talk about delivering the results that you say you're going to deliver.
Mhm.
Um, you know, you could do something like poise, strength, and grace, or investing in yourself. Like those are big, powerful phrases right there. Um, yeah, and you're right. There's nothing wrong with doing the little dot dot dot. You know, take the first sentence of the quote, dot dot dot, and the last sentence of the quote, and that is by journalistic standards still a proper, correct quote.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah.
And then
Uh,
also, oh, sorry, go
no,
ahead.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I would add more testimonials. I know we mentioned this like every time about 3 to 5 is a sweet spot. You're going to want to have, somewhere, at least 3 because one, I mean, is great. I think one is better than nothing. But I would definitely tell, you, Angelica, to add a couple more testimonials if you can.
Yep. And the Samcar testimonial app is great to use that. What I've seen
Mhm.
also work really well is have one of your customers post about this on social media, whether
Mhm.
it's like a tweet or a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post,
I love that.
and then go and screenshot that and then post it as a picture on your page.
Yep.
And it looks real. It has a little bit more gravity than something like this because people will look at it like, wow, you can't fake that. Like somebody actually tweeted that. Somebody from their own profile tweeted that. So this is real because we're always weary. We're always a little bit skeptical. Like, oh, did she write this testimonial herself? But
Mhm.
if you have
Mhm.
someone from social media and said, boom, this is my profile. This is my username. You can look this tweet up on the internet,
Mhm.
uh, and you're like, okay, this is legit.
Yep. Exactly. All right. Awesome. Scrolling on down here, we're going to get some information as to what you'll get in this product. It is a 3-step pregame plan to get you in the right headspace before your difficult conversation. I like that she's included that it is a $100 value. And then my 5-step formula so that you can create custom tailored game plan for your difficult conversation. And you're going to get 2 worksheets that you can print or fill out to help you prepare for your difficult conversation, also including the value there too.
Okay. I'm looking at that icon and it
Mhm.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm really bad at math, so I'm like thinking like it's just triggering
Yeah.
me.
It's yeah, if it doesn't make sense, then if it's not relevant, folks, Knock it out. Yeah, folks, go back and watch that Jill Andrews video, and she talks all about if the image doesn't make sense or it's replaceable, just delete it entirely.
Yeah.
I just did so. I'm on the page now, and I did Control Find, and I looked up the word book or ebook, and it shows up right below. See that sentence right there? It says, "As part of my mission to
Yeah,
make these
right
tools."
there. Yeah.
That's the first time she ever says ebook. I
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think she says book in somewhere else earlier in that wall of words. But yeah, I don't know what this is. Like, I'm kind of. We've read the section what you'll discover. So like,
Yeah.
okay, this is like the content that I'm gonna get, and then here's what you'll get. I need to start to know, like, what is it that I'm actually paying for,
Exactly.
and not so much like a negative literal, like almost just like literally, just like, hey, what am I? If this is a digital thing, like a pre-game workbook, hot shot formula, and you're like, what is that? Like at one point, like the one point in your sales pitch, like the power words have to stop and give me just the literal words and like, what is this? So
Yeah.
but I feel like that can be solved with the ebook mockup.
Yeah, definitely. I would add that in there on this sales page like 3 times. So there's no confusion. Everyone knows it's an ebook. Yeah.
Yeah, even the title's like, here's what's in this ebook.
Totally.
Just something as simple as that. Or if she adds a call to action button, like, download this ebook now.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Okay, and then here we have Get the Art of Difficult Conversations for just $27 today. It is a $230, total value with the strike through. I like that. And then it says, as part of my mission to make these tools more accessible to people everywhere, I'm offering this ebook for only $27 if you buy right now. This is my way of giving back so that more people can access these tools that will help them improve their lives, both professionally and personally.
And then buy now.
Buy now.
Very, very simple.
Yep.
I feel like the buy now is like kind of like small, like a little bit like, hey, don't click me, please don't click me. Could be bigger, could be a little bit more catchier, but still also being very clear.
Yeah.
Buy this ebook, buy now.
Yes. Buy this ebook.
Download this ebook, access this ebook, unlock this ebook. $27, pretty good starting price for an ebook.
I think so too.
Still keeping that in mind. I think, yeah, I mean, $10, $15, $27. I think those are all pretty reasonable, pretty reasonable prices. So yeah, what do you think?
No, yeah, I think so too. Especially seeing that it's a $230 total value and it's just $27. Like that to me is a steal.
Oh, where does it say? Oh, wow, $230 value. I missed that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, bigger then.
Too small. I scrubbed right over that. Okay. It's gray. It's striked out. Yep. Let's make that bigger. Okay.
I'd make it bigger and bolder, and then I would do like a strike through and like red or something. Okay.
I'm still like, not entirely clear on the offer, or like if what I'm gonna get is going to solve this, or I'm thinking about like, what am I here to solve again? Or like, hang on, deep dive. Now I'm like, I don't want to derail this. I'm like going back because I'm thinking like, okay, $27. What do I get again? I get 3-step pregame plan to get you in the right headspace. I get a 5-step formula, and I get 2 worksheets. Okay, and this is going to help me overcome my fears of emotional blockers, golden rules, self-reflection tool, and a list of watch-outs and suggestions in case things go sideways. Okay.
Yep.
Do you want more information? Do you want...
Yeah, I do. I think there needs to be more information going back from at the beginning where it's going to give you different scenarios, right, of difficult conversations. So this needs to either probably just be solely how to have difficult conversations either in your personal life or in the workplace. I don't know if I would combine the two.
I'm trying to think now, what if she did this like how Amazon sells books? where she offered not literally an offer, when you're shopping a book and you click on the book itself and it has like look inside, and you can look at the
Yeah.
table of contents and you go, okay, like what's actually in this book? How
Mm,
many pages is this book?
right.
Maybe not saying like literally do that, but start to take if Amazon is so good at selling books, like maybe take a page out of that and say,
Mhm.
uh, could she put an entire list of her table of contents on here?
Right.
Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Because it feels like, I don't want to say it's like feels too salesy, but it feels like where power words get in the way of giving me actual information.
That's a good point. Yeah.
To where like it's very like emotional, power driven words that like they've got me in, and I'm reading and I'm curious, but now I'm
Mhm.
actually like, wait, what am I? So what am I actually getting? Like,
Right.
or a screenshot. Um, screenshots of the workbook is always great. If the
Yes.
information is confidential, you don't want someone's right click save. Blur it a
Yeah.
little bit, but
Mhm.
give folks a sense like, okay, this is a real deal. This is the product mock-ups are a great thing to do.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to articulate it. It just feels like that. It's that gut emotion. Where are you at with the page?
Mhm. No, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think we just need more. We need more information as to how she's really going to drive home this ebook with having difficult conversations, right? Because we can all um, have these different scenarios, but I think she just needs to make this tailored a little bit more again to either personal or professional
Hmm.
difficult conversations, and then just add more context, and then add more images and videos and about her, to not only give you more of a visual as to who she is, but really just kind of be able to have a different, almost like a different like perspective, where you didn't know that you were even going to need this book, but you know that you need to buy it and read it because difficult conversations are coming.
Yep. And with being specific like that, she could actually go through the bullet points, like, with your boss in your career, how to talk about salary, how to talk about a job promotion, how to deal with a bad coworker. Like, you can be
Right.
super specific and go, oh my
So
gosh, I've had all these problems. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
Yep.
but if you just start with like having difficult conversations, it's like, top 10 tips on how to feel good. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, like there's a lot of ways to do that. There's a lot.
Right.
It's like it's a little bit too big of a
Yeah.
category.
Yeah, it can be a little not like vague, but we need to just like tighten it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then we got, scrolling on down, countdown timer, which was
Oh.
working. It was working earlier, but I think that we got a deal ran out.
Yeah, I think so. This looks like I'm being nice about this. This is like the when you didn't study for the test and you're like cramming like 20 minutes before the test. You're like, oh, just add a couple paragraphs to the essay.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
like, okay, oh, we've got the timer, we've got the money back guarantee, we've got just keep dragging all the widgets on there. That's what it that's what it feels like a little bit. But yeah, timer. What's the timer for? If you're being, ask yourself this, Angelica, like, is it just add random pressure? Is it for a specific deal? Is this
Hmm.
actually mean anything? Like, we're at 0 right now, and we can still buy. The
Hmm.
price is still $27, so you know, almost like we call your bluff a little bit.
Hmm.
But
Yep. Yep. We need to know what's going on with this countdown timer.
what would you do with this money back guarantee?
I would make it bigger, and I would add more, information to it. Like if you don't um like I'm trying to think of a really good example. Like if you don't overcome your fear of having a difficult,
Mhm.
conversation, money back, right? We want to sweeten that money back guarantee.
Yeah, yeah. In 7 days, should it be 7 days or should it be unlimited?
Ooh,
Just like whenever. If you don't
nice.
like it, anytime, I'll refund, no questions asked.
I think anytime, right? Because she's saying she's gonna, equip you, give you the tools to have difficult conversations.
Hmm.
Yep.
And again, this is where having something specific would be a great place for a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
How to have a difficult conversation or how to get the raise you want at your job. If you don't feel good, if you go through this course and you have the promotion salary conversation with your boss and it goes well or you feel good from it, I keep your money. If it doesn't go well and you don't feel good from it walking away, you can have your money back.
Yep. Love it.
Maybe.
All right. And then we got our payment information fields. I'm glad that she doesn't have, the billing or shipping fields on there. That's good. I would turn on the email confirmation field just to ensure, your customers are inputting that correct information. And then looks like she's got a coupon code field here. That is great. And then credit card option.
No complaints. Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
it's pretty
solid.
simple. For $27, it's pretty simple. Again, I would just there doesn't need to be a additional payment option here. Credit card is great, or if you're using Stripe, turn on those digital wallets too, so people can check out with like Apple Pay or Google Pay. And then turn on that email confirmation field. I'm a big fan of the modern credit card payment icons. I would maybe do that instead of the minimalist view. But this checkout form is great. It needs to be simple. It's an ebook. So I think this is, pretty straightforward, and I wouldn't change too much here.
Sweet. All right, let's review. Let's go to the top and crunch down. We talked about removing some of those unnecessary icons, the art icons.
Yep.
I think the only thing I want to say because we did say like the offer is confusing, or the offer doesn't have enough details. When we say we need more information, that does not mean go write another wall of words. That means take the information you have, reorganize it a little bit, make it tighter, add bullets, add headlines, add just very, top level, big, bold words that explain what the offer is. Yeah. Yep. I think that's all I had.
Exactly. And then that headline is great, but then the subheadline, this is where I would, input that it's an ebook. And I would also say if this is either going to be something that is going to be geared towards your career or personal life. And then I would also take out, I'm sharing it with you, because obviously she's sharing it with us with this product.
It's almost like the same thing with like, when they just say right ? Or you know what I'm saying ? You're like, it's implied. We're here.
Yep. And then I like the crying emoji here. We can
that's great.
all relate to that. And then I would just again either tweak these to be either career or personal, and then add a couple more confrontation scenarios, like 2 more or so.
I think so.
And this part is great. I love this first paragraph of really putting yourself in a situation where you are going to need to have a difficult conversation and need the tools. And then we got, a little bit of that, again, confusing logo here. This is when we need to see Angelica. We need to see her, in her yoga studio, or doing her poses, or talking to her yoga class, or her coworkers, or, anything, just to give us more of a better idea about her and her experience.
Yeah, definitely need to personalize it. Yeah, with a video or photos or something.
Yes, absolutely. And then wall of words, I would take out about 3/4 of that.
And you know what we're missing here? Wow. She has one line here. I have used this formula to grow a lucrative career as a corporate producer in high-pressure environments like Reebok, Samsung, W Hotels, and Meta.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of credibility, girl, and you're burying it. No one will ever read that.
No.
So you can say as seen by, these techniques have been used by Facebook, Reebok, Samsung. You throw those corporate logos on there.
Definitely. Wow. Yeah, that's huge. I would put that at the top after she introduced.
Yeah, wow. That's amazing. Yep. Paige, I want you to do this. Go through this page. We're going to watch you at the very top. Go through the page like you just landed on the page. And I want you to scroll through the page as if you're a real customer. And I want everyone just to watch like how much we do not read the page. Like how much we just scroll past everything.
Yeah.
So you get on the page and then you're like.
Yeah, I get on the page and I go to this emoji, crying emoji, and then I go straight to the paint icon.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wow, Paige is reading 3,000 words a second. It's like, nope.
No.
I'm scrolling right past it.
Yep. Yep. And then this discover page, right? Like this is huge. This is where you want to have you could put like another mock-up here of your ebook, but you want to really drive this home because you're going to get all of this information, right? How to like the golden rules and these tools, right? Again, takeout plus so much more, but this is going to be a really important section where your audience needs to read this and digest it.
Yep. People are just gonna fly by. They're gonna land on your page, and especially Facebook ads when it's just serving to a billion people in your audience. People land on your page and they go at 90 miles an hour. Especially on mobile, 90 miles an hour. I don't care. Back, X, escape. That's what they're gonna be clicking if this doesn't sing to them.
Yep. And then testimonial here, use the first sentence and that last sentence. You can totally, paraphrase it. It's still going to be just as good. And then again, here's what you get section. That image is very confusing. I would take that out and either put in another, mock-up of your ebook or just some other image that makes, more sense than this like math formula. And the total value part, make bigger, bolder, and then strike it through in red because Jordan, you missed it yourself earlier. So other people are going to miss it too.
Yep.
And then maybe buy now button bigger, like buy this ebook now, unlock now, download now. So people really feel more enticed by it. And then the countdown timer. We need to know more about this countdown timer. Is this just, it was working earlier when I looked at it, but I should know by looking at it then and now, like what the purpose was.
That or delete it.
Yes, that or delete it. I'm a big fan of the countdown timer, but it has to be working in the right way. And then our money back guarantee, we want an unlimited, right? Money day back guarantee. Like why 7 days? I think this would be better if it was, forever.
Yeah. Let me read the whole book, get all the information, use all the information, and if I still don't like it, I can return it back.
Absolutely. Exactly. And then payment information is turning on that email confirmation. Love the coupon code. And then you've got your credit cards. If you're using Stripe, turn on those digital wallets. And then, $27 I think is like a great price point for this ebook that is going to help me with difficult conversations the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think we overestimate how much price plays into all of this. And and for us, it's like the easiest thing to tweak. Like, people don't want to buy it at 27. All right, maybe I'll just make it $10. And then they make it $10 and nobody buys. And they're like, okay, maybe it's too cheap. They go $15. And they're like, all right, no one's buying. Maybe I'll go back up to $27. And so price is important, but it's really about the offer. It's really about what it is that they're going to get. And I'm willing to trade. I'm willing to trade $50. I'm willing to trade $500 if it's something that's going to help me solve a core problem that I seriously need help with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, Angelica, thank you so much for submitting your sales page. I'm excited to see if you take our advice and make some edits and changes. I'd love to see what you come up with next because we are here to help you boost your confidence and help you boost your conversions.
Absolutely. All right. Paige, where do we go again if we want our page submitted for One Page Wednesday?
Yep. Go to onepagewednesday.com. You will need to submit your sales page as a link. Again, you can do that from your product details from your SamCart marketplace. It will be a button that you'll click on share your product. It's going to be a link. Share that with us on onepagewednesday.com and share with us all of the information you want to share about yourself, your journey here at SamCart. If you made sales, if you're running Facebook ads, we want to hear it because we are here to help you.
Absolutely. Cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this One Page Wednesday. Again, my name is Paige Iannarino.
And I'm Jordan. And this has been One Page Wednesday.
One Page Wednesday. Bye, everybody. See you next week.